to Menacing Magic Monday, which was a name that we, on the live chat here in Telegram, decided that that's what today was going to be called. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I do go live sporadically when Spirit calls, really. And I'm comfortable with delivering the messages. I come and I record and then I post. So welcome. So when I was tapping into the collective energy before I came up on the live, there were messages about how good you're looking these days. There's been talk about like what you wear and how you wear it. You're looking pretty fly at the moment. You're smelling really good. You're looking soft. Your energy has really softened, but there is a lot more color in your face. There is a lot more presence in your character, in your avatar, in your human, right? You are engaging a lot more, but you're still yourself. You're still very soft. You're softer than ever, okay? It's fucking yummy. People are noticing. People are admiring you. So that is, yeah, what I was hearing. Someone really likes you in the color blue, and you look really, really nice in red as well, like a red top. Yeah, you're like catching the attention of just people. There's no one in particular. I feel like that could be a message. By the way, take what resonates. Leave the rest for someone else. If it doesn't fit, don't try and make it. Yeah, so I feel like this is a part of the glow up, right? This is a part of you really reclaiming your tinana. When we go through a lot of separations and disconnecting from people that we really enjoyed, right? Even if it was trauma bonding, there's still this like, it's that pleasure. So I feel like you're coming back from a lot of that. You're still quite shy, and maybe a bit orkies, but that's all good. That's chill. So what else? Let's get some signs. Some tohu. Just for like every day. The candle. So we've got candles, hands, compasses. We've got snakes in the grass, more specifically. Rings, fairy rings. I'm hearing fire rings. The fire ring. The fire ring, not firing. Fire ring. Chess has actually come up. Jokes about chess. And yeah, this is all about making moves. I feel like you're really sexy when you're making your moves lately. Escaping time, like there's some inner child tohu around with time, so like clocks, karaka, asking what the time is, chemtrails. What's that? That's like I'm seeing like a teardrop, but it's a leaf off a tree. Thumbs. That's so random. Just thumbs. Yeah, and you're quite so these could be like thoughts or just things that cross people's minds when they think about you or they've seen you and they are feeling this. About like squares. I feel like this is more a synchronicity to the dreamscapes, the dream state. There's something about like formations. So take how it how it resonates. Sacred geometry. Yeah, there's something to do with numbers and time and space. So like I'm seeing like timetables and like just squares and shapes, and they might like boom, boom. There's yeah, you're moving through a lot of inner child stuff. Science projects too. I feel like the science projects the smoke and it becomes air. So you might be an earth sign, air sign. Cute. All right. Okay. Thank you. So I'm going to pull from my own cards and we'll just see what it is, Hawasip. Where is the collective? You are a highly sexual being. Take care of the gift. So this is referring to that creation energy, the sexual energy that you harbor, that you host. And it is a gift. It is your Modi, or parts of your Modi. Your Modi is made up of all of the different life force in essences that you have, and it creates your own life force energy. And it's to be protected. And this is also, if you're in relationships too, it's very important that you're honoring your tinana and your emotions, because your emotions and your womb. Well, your womb is the host of your emotions. So when you're sharing life force energy, your emotions and your mental realms are linked. That's how we get infiltrated by lovers, okay? And the thing is, though, is that people don't have to penetrate you in order to gain access to this sexual energy. And the next card we got was people you grew up with have influenced your mind through your emotional attachments. So people don't have to be all up in your body, in your tinana, for them to gain access to that, because there is a fine line between the sensual and the sexual, okay? And when we lack sensual energy growing up, when we lack that soft feminine, we often utilize the sexual energy to become our attractor. Unfortunately, though, those who are balanced in their sexual energy will not be attracted to someone who is attracting from that space, because they don't align. So there will be the shadow, because anything outside of you, right, has to be invited into your space. So if you're subconsciously still really not honoring your boundaries, honoring the way your body feels, and you're not acknowledging the voices that are saying no, maybe, or maybe they're saying yes, because your body also knows what's good for you, not just what's bad for you. I feel like that needs to be a reminder. And the better you get at saying yes or no to your boundaries, the more of the observer effect that you can take on and lean into, which means you're in your body when you're in your observer effect, and you are detached from the outcome of your life, because there's something else guiding you, okay? So the less you share of your sexual energy, and you but you don't, it's like you don't exert the power. And when you do give it, it's highly powerful, right? So instead of saying like small, giving your energy out in small bursts, you just have like that really decent, valuable exchange. And that could be to a lover, that could be your business, and you have like 5 clients that you take on at a time. You're giving that life force energy, right? It's not sexual energy in that space, it's life force energy. When you're having sex, it's sexual. When you're flirting, it's sexual. When you're with your friends, it's sensual. It's closer than you think. Keep being soft. What you do when no one is looking is what matters the most. You're worthy of the love you never received as a little child. You've always been worthy. And I feel like what you used to do in your space when no one was looking, you had a narcissist in that space too. And that can be father, that can be brothers, that can be work colleagues, that can be lovers, baby daddies, all the damn things. He's closer than you think. Keep being soft. I feel like this is referring to healthy masculine within yourself. Like he's closer. You are closer to yourself than you realize. And a lot of this has to do with the fact that you don't have copycats in your life anymore that are trying to crack the code, like crack you. You know, no one can crack you. This is really like mean girl energy. People taking on friendships where they're always the top, if that makes sense. And there's a big releasing with that. Yeah, we don't need to really get into it. You don't need to go into shit so much. If you, yeah, hard. Okay. Where do we want to go and what do we want to see? Oh. So, let's see what else comes up for the collective. We've talked about a few things. Monday, menacing, magic. Menacing, magic, Monday. Okay. So this energy is speaking into there's still a big sadness I'm picking up. It's connected to the throat. It's at like the bottom of the throat chakra. And it's connected to the stomach as well. So these could be points where you're like experiencing some, you might have like a sore throat, or you might have like a gluten intolerance, or there's some type of intolerance there. Dairy. And this is all about your processing, your emotions. Your stomach is in particular. And this is also really it's really giving a lot of grandmother energy, healing, your generational. It's like a reimbursement I'm hearing. You're the reimbursement. reality are not, just going to say it, okay, because yeah, it makes sense in the end and it's not mean, okay? So the ancestors that come in now, they're not the great ones, is what I'm hearing. They're not the great ones. They're the human guides, right? The great ones are in that 12th the medicine. To move through your own pain, your own sorrows, your own sadness, your own loss and despair, in order to release yourself into that space where the great ones lay. So a lot of the wounds to heal, to focus in on, are the wounds with the present ones. Okay? The ones that come to you in this 3D reality now, that come in as guides, there's things that they carry that are connected to you within a shadow realm. And remember that when they come to you in human and you can see them and you can hear them, they're still attached to their human experience. That's like a residual energy. The energy behind that, when they are in their pure essence and they're coming in and they're actually giving you messages like a map that's going to help you overcome the human shit and land you in the new timeline so you have access to the great ones, that's the path that you're going to go down, or you are being encouraged to move down. The path is in reverse on top of the deck with a vision. Your own goddamn bullshit, man. Ultimately. Oh, funny. There's some serious guides up in here today. They're quite funny. Okay. This is a beautiful the descendant who's come in to heal the mother of all wounds with the guidance of my whakapapa, right? That's what makes you so powerful, because you have these connections. It's not them. You can't give your mana to your ancestors. You must yield your mana. You must preserve your mana and grow that and grow into it. And they are to witness that, because you're healing the wounds. You're healing your grandmother's heart by understanding how powerful she was, but, due to all the suppression. But remember that you're also picking better men. You're picking, not better men. Not better men. You're picking more suitable men for the change of the ways that our whakapapa was going. Okay. And what that's meant is that you've needed to have a dualistic perception or a dualistic approach upon this healing journey, because everything has that ebb and flow between it. The mother-child energy, the masculine feminine energy, right? The mirror of you, whatever that is, right? There's that when you look in the mirror and you see yourself, that's you in duality. There's two, is what I'm hearing. You could have worked with rose codes in the past. I see roses coming up in bloom. So that could be something that you're going to move back into as you are softening. I mean, if I'm going to talk to you personally right here, right now, which I am, I'm kind of like, side note, 100% encourage you to work with rose all throughout your feminine reclamation journey, because it just softens fucking everything. It's a big, that's a big reason why I wear rose in my ceremonies and when I'm working with clients, when I'm doing markets and the festivals, and I'll always smell really good, because it's a part of the sensory system, and it activates that infancy of us, the inner child, because smell is one of our most strongest senses when we are birthed earthside. A baby's smell, they can smell their way up to the breast and feed, right, after they've been birthed. It is how they come into their human self. So, yeah, take that if that is for you. So, there's also a big message about the stars. You could have done star work, or you're being encouraged to stargaze more. Oh, beautiful. Queen of Pentacles. The stars, they will help you move through the emotional and mental realms. I'm hearing astrology as well. And also maramataka. So we're talking about cycles. We're talking about repetition. We're talking about the scale of the world, because the world runs on like a three yearly cycle within astrology. And this is what the ancient indigenous people of the whenua navigated life through was a lot of the moons and the stars and the planets, okay? And this is important when you're working in mediumship, okay? So you could be a healer of sorts, a practitioner, facilitator, learning about the stars, learning about the moons. If you work in wairua, if you work in energy, it's going to help you. It's going to protect you. It's going to ground you. You're going to feel a lot more connected to your feet. I'm hearing. I actually saw your little tootsies. They're so freaking cute. I just heard a man's voice shouting, "Get a pedicure, it's on me." So that's kind of cute. You deserve that. Okay, anything else in this energy that we should be thinking about, hearing about, knowing about? Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is like the level up, or like the boss equivalent of the Empress. I was going to say Hempress, which is kind of cute. So I feel like you're being really called to simplify things in the home. If you used to go organic and live quite cleanly in terms of products and all of that, I feel like you're being encouraged to go back into those spaces and be a bit more conscious about what you're putting on your tinana and in your tinana. That also circle rounds to the sexual energy, but this is more on taking care of your hinengaro, right? Your mental and emotional realm, but still being toxic free. There is that energy of, sorry, my neighbors were yelling. I'm like, no one yells around this neighborhood. So it's kind of weird to hear that yelling. Yeah, definitely feeling yourself. If you're not, you'll get there. You can't. I feel like you need to see what other people see. And if you saw what other people saw, you'd be like, okay, I'm a snack. There's just this really freaking yummy energy coming from you. They want to go back to people being like, who is that? I feel like people are scared to come up to you because you're looking hella cute. You activate a nervousness in people. Definitely giving queen vibes. I'm hearing getting treated like a princess. So cute. I feel like there's friends in your life that want to treat you like a princess. They see how hard you've been working. I am hearing a little too late with some people in your life. I feel like there could be potential of some friends coming in very soon. You may be dreaming about them, but Spirit's saying it's a little too late. Too little, too late. I feel like these people, you really activated a lot of cups energy within them to the point where they've realized how empty their cups are. But that's all a part of the mindset, remember? You're either very pessimistic or you're seeing that the cup was always half full. You don't have to work too hard. I'm really, really sensing you just like working on all of the small intricacies of yourself, looking after your mental well-being. So this is putting into practice a lot of the inner child behaviors and mindset things, all of that stuff that you invested in. It's actually putting that into your actions. But I'm seeing you do this with ease. You can do literally whatever the fuck you want. And you should. If there's something that you really want to do, but there's people around you discouraging you, then there's going to be at least three other people who would support you in that journey. Yeah. There's people coming into your life because this is, I feel, if this is something that you have been thinking about, friends, this is also a part of the sisterhood healing that you're doing. The work that you're doing in your whakapapa is the mirror to your sisterhood healing. You had to walk away from different versions of yourself. That's why you had to leave people behind. Okay? Because they were mirroring a part of you that you no longer keep in your thoughts or energy or anything. And I feel like they mirrored a lot of fear that you've walked away from. They mirrored a lot of lack that you needed to see and feel and really come into the consciousness that you were her in order for you to understand them better. And what that did was it created more compassion and more empathy for you towards them so you could actually cut those cords. Because it doesn't do someone any favors. Greedy is what I'm hearing. It's just greedy when you know something but you don't do it. When Spirit's telling you to leave someone alone and you're like, oh, but I love them. No, don't do that. Particularly with friends, okay? This is really about lovers. I'm not feeling this for the masculine. I feel like you've been making really good decisions with the masculine energy in your life. Because that's a part of the masculine healing. I feel that the masculine healing is most definitely more on a physical state. So you are calling in really beautiful, healthy men to help you heal that. But it's through the nest. It's through the home. So these could be teachers. These could be, I don't know, the fucking guy that pumps your gas and makes you feel really safe. It could be nice strangers that smile at you. I don't know. It could be, I mean, yesterday we did say that there's going to be a lot of unions coming up. We've got the Four of Cups, so some of you watching this are sitting pretty, and you're really trusting the universe. You are really slipping into that witch, into the high, did I say high priestess? Into your bones, I'm hearing. And they want to say that you have a lot of space because you've let a lot of ghosts go. So you're attracting a lot. You're attracting a lot. Because when you're stepping out and you're presenting yourself, you're really coming across as someone who's got their shit together. Yeah, you're going to make a lot of beautiful memories this year. I'm seeing sunsets at the beach. I'm seeing picnics. I'm seeing fresh food. I'm seeing you doing this on every moon cycle. Like, this isn't, I feel like the energy here is that you have worked with yourself on so many different layers, aspects, facets, faces, and you've been working with time. That raumati summer is just going to be so delicate for you. It's going to be really soft, really natural. There's going to be a lot of wholesome energy. You're going to enjoy it. This is actually the energy, the opposite energy to what I was feeling at the beginning of these cards. So this is where, like, this energy that we're talking about, you being the high priestess, you enjoying yourself on every cycle, you're in the actions of that now. You're already busy manifesting this for your future self, but you're her already. Okay, you are her already. You are the seer, but you're it. You're fucking her. That's all I can say. You're her. You're it. I'm getting wild goosebumps. There is a strategy that you have, okay? It is your strategy. It's your natural strategy. And it's highly, highly intuitive. And that's a part of the madness. That's a part of your menacing. Because you can't also be trapped. You're just you. And that's how you can't be copied, because you're quite unpredictable. But that's a part of you protecting what's yours. I love it. It's very sexy. I'm telling you that now. You're a very sexy human. And I feel like it's still quite heavy. There's some aspect to all of this where you're like, fuck it, I hate this. This is a piece of shit. Why do I do this? This is stupid. Stupid. But you're making it look effortless. because for you, it's just that natural way of doing things. When you try really hard, people are like, whoa, who is that beast? And you might be like, just chilling, loving it, doing something that's really hard, but you love it so much that it's a passion. And when you get to the end of your finished product, you're like, and people are like, what the fuck? You're amazing. Wow. When you do those hard things, but you're doing it through your intuitive state because you're feeling like something's telling you to do it, but you're also sitting pretty and you're manifesting in hot, sexy bitches to be friends with, like that's your strategy. That's a part of your strategy. Because your strategy as a feminine does not take form like that of the masculine. And this is where bitches got it twisted. Okay? When you're doing coaching in the feminine way, you are not telling people what to do. You are simply reminding people of all of their badassery. The more badassery you are in yourself, in your confidence, in just your life in general, the more you have to offer. Which means more cash money. Because you really deserve to be taken care of financially. Like, that's a number one. And fuck any human being who has ever made you feel like you're not worth it. You put a lot of effort into what you've got now. It will be rewarded. You are sitting under a tree and you're like days away from harvest. All right. And you might be really hungry. So it's there. It's harvest season. It's coming. You've also planted many seeds. Spirit wants to remind you. Okay. This waiting time, it's like incubation time. Your apples aren't ready yet. Your grapes aren't ready yet, but they will be. Okay. You can see it and you're ready and you're honing in and you are very resourceful. Very resourceful. I feel like it's been really hard for you. I feel like you've been in positions where you've had to take the jacket off your back and give it to someone else who was a little bit more, who needed it more than you, which left you with a bare back. I feel like there has been things that you've had to sacrifice in order to make ends meet, in order for you to get you through this very difficult time. It has not been easy. It has not been easy waiting for the harvest. But this is because you've come from abundance, right? And you led yourself into some karmic shit and you're leading yourself out of that karmic shit. So there's a new sense of abundance that you have gathered because you understand what it's like to go without in order to have a very fruitful harvest. And you know this because you've been in this place before multiple times, okay? But this is going to be your last time of ever feeling this way. The shit that you've gone through over the last 18 months, you're never going to have to go through that shit again, okay? I fucking promise. It's done, bitch. It's fucking done. You did it. It literally is done. You don't have to ever stress yourself. The problems of today will be forgotten tomorrow, okay? The problems that you have now are not going to be problems that you'll ever have to experience, and your children will never have to experience these problems. But the sense of relief with the releasing of a lot of the scarcity that you've had to go into and re-regulate and reprogram and re-alliterate what wealth and abundance is in your whakapapa. Because I feel like, God bless the feminines, the women in our whakapapa, but there was a lot of settling on their behalf. They were very grateful though, right? So grateful to have the clothes on their back. So grateful that they never had to actually go without, in the sense that we're talking here, okay? I feel like not that it's a competition between fucking generations or whatever, but this felt a lot more personal in terms of the DNA healing that has happened, or more so hasn't happened, when we look back into the whakapapa. Things are coming into balance for you. Yeah. And you'll never, ever have to experience it again. Because you are the King of Swords here too. Lots of standing on business. Lots of just telling people to fuck off. There's been lots of dark days, heavy nights. But it was you climbing that summit, right? I remember fucking back in January, we were talking about this. I wasn't pulling cards, but I was reading wairua about climbing the summit and getting there. But there's also this acknowledgement that you are the summit. Like you are the maunga, you are the mountain that you're climbing. You are climbing yourself. You're reaching great heights of yourself. You're scaling yourself. And these are, like we scale a business. So there's all of this education that you have received from the school of hard knocks, the school of life. And you've been fucking standing on business, bitch. Sitting pretty, looking hot, fucking intuition sharp. Sharp as an axe. On point. No one can fucking deceive you. You are just in alignment. And it was to gain that knowledge of your own personal justice, right? The justice, the strength it took, the balance, the guidance, all of this so you can receive and honor your success. A lot of the ghosts from the past planted a lot of doubt. Huge doubts. I feel like you lit them in really quickly. Too quick. Before you knew it, they were already in. And that's been the big unraveling for you. But they didn't affect your harvest. All right? There's things that you've been doing for fucking years, mate. This tree that you're going to be getting your apples from is at least 15 years. Okay? So, with that being said, be open-minded to take some new / old hobbies up. Things that really brought you a sense of self. We've got the King of Pentacles close. He was in reverse. I've just turned him upright. I feel like this king is telling you to keep looking. Keep believing. Keep knowing. Keep the knowing. I'm hearing humble yourself. Humble yourself, which humbles me. I feel like he's saying that. Humble yourself because that humbles me. It's like the beauty of your surrender. Because you're so elegant. It's that effortlessness. There is that witnessing that the masculine gets to do when he sees you in your full surrender. And it's the same energy that you carry when you're in beast mode, when you're doing something that you really love and it might be a bit difficult. You surrender into it and you move through it. I feel like it's a very similar wairua that this King of Pentacles is mentioning. Yeah, I just feel this really deep sense of knowing between you two, like the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. There is a knowing. There is a sense of just clarity. Very peaceful. Very, very peaceful. There's almost a need to not go over the past. It doesn't need to be a thing. He's saying you've got wings for a reason. He doesn't have wings, but you do. Very grounded. This is also you. This is the part of you that you might feel disconnected to as well. If you feel disconnected to the masculine or you feel like you've got some work there. He's so chill. You are too. Or there is at least a sense of knowing for you that you are that version. Definitely ready. Definitely ready to make moves. And he's going to provide different trees. I see this King of Pentacles seeing you in your maiden energy, in a deep, soft, feminine energy. And I see him witnessing you going through those trials and tribulations, and seeing how resourceful you are, and seeing that you've always believed in your harvest. He's also seeing the similarities that you've had in your environments. And although you've lived vastly different lives, he can see a similar sweetness. He can also see a similar way that you have both experienced foundations in life. He also sees that he has come from or has gained a little bit more than you, a different type of resource that has helped lead his people to where they are now. And it's very different to yours. So I feel like there might be a physical difference in wealth or resource, or so this could be like a significant financial difference in whakapapa. So someone might be poor, someone might be rich, wealthy. And this is just because of the different resources. So I feel like for you, you're showing up with your trees and your harvests and things. I feel like there were some cold winters, but there were also some really terrible summer, autumn, winter seasons that you couldn't predict, and it affected your harvest. And again, that is, I feel like, a big clearing with the justice. What's the same, though, is the sweetness. The saying, you don't look like what you've been through, that's coming in big. I feel like that is a big message that's coming in from the King of Pentacles. Right, and there's still, again, different trees. But he sees you. You intrigue him. The resourceful energy and the things that you do in order to keep yourself soft, that is what mesmerizes him. How you're so soft and so feminine, yet so put together, so masculine. Very subtly, naturally, just do it. I feel like these are the subtle things that you know that you want a partner who can do that. You deserve that. So whatever your circumstances is, just take what resonates. This doesn't have to fit, and you don't have to make it fit. Again, he's on a summit. So you're meeting him at the top. Beautiful. Big shifts in the next 2 or 3 days for this energy here. I feel like there's going to be like just a shifted movement. Oh, yeah, I'm stretching it out. There's going to be a want to move. There's going to be a curiosity that sparks. There's going to be something that's like, hey, that's interesting. And there's going to be some movement forward. So take what resonates for you. But that's exciting, yummy. I'm getting goosebumps all over my body. So 100% some developments, and all to help you with your harvest. When it comes in, because remember, you are harvesting. You planted your seeds, you've done a lot of work, and your apples are almost ready. It's not about, oh, if I have a harvest. No, bitch, you have a harvest. You put hard work in. You have been grinding in your feminine manner in order to get your shit rolling, okay? The harvest is to help summer. The harvest is to help you plant more seeds while you're living in summer, and you go through your winter again, right? And you redefine and you realign and you take your rest because summer comes around again. This summer is leading us into next summer. So what we do in this summer, how many trees, how many resources we plant and we nurture throughout the rest of the cycle, starting a new cycle, of course, in April next year. April? And then, or March, and then we reap what we've sown. So some of your seeds are going to be harvested. They're going to grow into plants. Some take a little bit of time, especially when we talk about fruit. You know, like a blueberry bush takes a couple of years to situate itself. Avocados is also another one. So you're learning about your seeds that you're planting. Not all are going to harvest, but you are going to have a lot more next year. You're in the process of being conscious in your cycles. So what you're doing from here is going to have an effect, cause and effect law. Yummy. I think it's just so cute that we got to sit down with the masculine and he can just like clear some shit up. I feel like you need some shit clearing. Yeah. I feel like that's us. So, thank you for being on the live today, Rachel. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you want to come and hang out in Telegram, you can find the link in my Instagram bio. Actually, you're going to have to go on Instagram and gather that. If you want a reading with me personally, you can also gather the details over there as well. I am working 12 months with clients as well. You can do a full mentor coaching ship with me for 12 moons. And very shortly, or next month, we start a 6-month mentorship, which has breath work and all sorts of other delicious things going. Yeah, so I will catch you next time. Spirit wants to have a little yippity yappity, which hopefully is soon, because these energies be wild. Make sure you drink some water. Maybe go and touch some grass. That's always good. You may want to journal after this reading as well to get all of the information grounded for you really consciously, so you can move with really pure intentions, building towards whatever the fuck it is that you want in life. I love you, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.